Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back for another YouTube video. Guys, I hope everybody is still enjoying the festive period. I know things are difficult at the moment, but I hope things are making the most out of whatever situation they find themselves in. Guys, in this video, I want to talk to you about a price prediction that was given on Bloomberg TV by a man called Scott Minerd. Now, I hope I'm pronouncing his second name right. My pronunciations have let me down in the past before. I hope that's somewhat accurate. Scott Minerd essentially has come out and on Bloomberg TV, which is a very mainstream sort of financial channel, and stated that he believes Bitcoin is going to reach a price of 400,000 US dollars, guys. Today, we are currently sat at $26,214,000. We have reached around about 28K in the last sort of day or so. It's the 27th of the 12th. It's currently 9 o'clock UK time. Today, guys, I really want to discuss this price prediction and sort of give you a little bit of background about exactly what he said. I'm going to play you a bit of him actually speaking on this. And towards the end, I'm going to give you whether I actually think this is achievable and what sort of time period I think this is achievable by. Scott Minerd's price prediction is essentially based, he believes that the asset should be priced at that now, essentially due to its scarcity. Somewhat similar to Plan B's stock to flow model. However, it doesn't quite follow that. But essentially, Scott Minerd is the managing partner, global CEO, chairman of Guggenheim Investments, which is based in Santa Monica, California, United States of America. I'll read you a bit about Scott Minerd just before we sort of go on to what he said, just so you get a bit of background about his credentials, just so that you know this isn't some sort of punk and some sort of nobody talking about this. This is a guy with clout in the financial game. Scott Minerd is founding, managing partner, global chief investment officer and chairman of Guggenheim Partners and a member of its executive committee. In his role as chairman of global CIO, he guides the firm's investment strategies and leads research on global macroeconomics. So this man is essentially responsible and in charge of directing where exactly this sort of asset management and investment firm direct their money. A bit about Guggenheim. Guggenheim Investments is a global asset management and investment advisory division of Guggenheim Partners with more than 233 billion US dollars in total assets across fixed income, equities, and alternative strategies. Alternative strategies being Bitcoin. We focus on the return and risk needs of insurance companies, corporations, and public pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, endowments and foundations, wealth managers, and high net worth investors. So Guggenheim is a pretty serious sort of player in the game. Like I said, they have currently 233 billion US dollars under asset management. So these are a very serious investment company, and this is just another big company that we see coming out in favor of Bitcoin. And Scott Minerd himself has essentially come out and suggested that Bitcoin should have a price of around about 400,000 US dollars currently. The title of this is the Coin Journal. The title of the article is Bitcoin should be worth 400k. Guggenheim CEO Scott Minerd. Guggenheim partner, chief investment officer Scott Minerd appeared on Bloomberg TV. Like I said, Bloomberg is a very mainstream financial sort of TV program yesterday, and revealed that the fundamental analysis carried out by his firm has predicted that Bitcoin should be worth 400,000. His revelation took the Bloomberg TV host by surprise, as I can imagine it probably would have, as he asked how Bitcoin would rise from its current price level to 400,000. Minerd claimed Bitcoin's scarcity and its relative value against other assets like gold as a percentage of the gross domestic product would help push the price higher. I agree wholeheartedly. We may differ slightly on where I think Bitcoin's sort of price should be. However, this guy has a lot more sort of clout than me. That's pretty obvious, and is a very serious player. However, I do think there may be sort of ulterior motives to why he's given such a bold price prediction. Like I say, we're going to go into that in the end of the video, and I'm going to sort of explain to you whether I think this is possible or not. He's quoted here, Bitcoin has a lot of attributes of gold and at the same time has an unusual value in terms of transactions. Minute added. Minute explained that the Federal Reserve's recent monetary policies convinced the firm to invest in Bitcoin. Several financial experts, such as Pantera Capital CEO Dan Morehead, says that the Fed printing over $1 trillion to combat the coronavirus effects on the economy could lead to inflation, hence the need to invest in alternative assets like Bitcoin. The Federal Reserve has also come out to say they're with another stimulus bill of around about $900 billion, so they are not done printing by any sort of stretch of the imagination yet. So that is another sort of added reason, and I agree with this wholeheartedly. I think one reason it's so important to be in assets, not just Bitcoin, tangible assets, even sort of housing to a degree, as long as it's not you're not indebted. I think that anything, gold, silver, why we see the stock sort of rise is because of the sort of money that they're printing. It's sort of it is going to cause inflation. We typically have a very high-ish inflation rate in the West. Obviously not as high as places like Venezuela or other sort of poorer countries where they're into hyperinflation, but we have been sort of, the statistics they give, certainly in the UK, is 2 to 3%. I think it's more like 10%, has been for years. This has just amped the whole situation up considerably, which is why we're sort of seeing everything skyrocket. So I agree. So he's essentially saying that Bitcoin, due to that, should be worth 500,000. Now, Plan B, his model is somewhat similar. It's essentially based on the scarcity in comparison with the supply. And I really agree with a lot of what he's saying here. I believe he sort of instructed his firm to buy Bitcoin around about $10,000 US. Yep. So here's another article from CoinDesk. Guggenheim Partners Chief Investment Officer Scott Minerd shocked Bloomberg TV host Wednesday afternoon when he said the firm's fundamental analysis shows that Bitcoin should be worth 400,000. Guggenheim made the decision to start allocating to Bitcoin when the leading cryptocurrency was trading around $10,000. So it took him a while to come out. If he was buying it at that price, he's doubled and then some. He's 150% up. So he's done extremely well. This is one reason why I'm very skeptical of this sort of him saying the price should be worth this, because he has an alternative motive. He profits if the price moves upwards as a result of him kind of coming out with this news. Do I ultimately think Bitcoin could reach $400,000? Absolutely, I do. However, not in sort of the near future. I think it's going to take us a period of time to sort of reach that. And I think if everybody was sort of switched on to Bitcoin the way that we are, yes, I think the price should be there by now. But the fact of the matter is, guys, the adoption isn't there. We are now seeing, of course, institutions getting involved in it, but very slowly. Even though we've had some big names come out, such as MicroStrategy and a number of other investors, RuPaul, we aren't quite there in terms of adoption. So it's more of a network effect that needs to take place, which I do believe is currently happening. But essentially what I'm going to do now I've given you some background, is play you a little clip. I'm not going to play too much of it because obviously I don't want to get sort of any sort of copyright issues. However, I'm going to play you a clip of him actually speaking, so we'll go ahead and listen to that.
Scott, Guggenheim has reserved the right to invest up to 10% of its macro fund in Bitcoin. Have you guys started buying yet, and how much is this decision tied to the Fed's extraordinary policy?
Well, to answer the second question, Scarlett, clearly Bitcoin and our interest in Bitcoin is tied to Fed policy and the rampant money printing that's going on. In terms of our mutual fund, we are not yet effective with the SEC, so we're still waiting. Of course, we made the decision to start allocating toward Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at 10,000.
Interesting that he mentions the SEC. We're currently seeing Ripple go through a lawsuit with the SEC. The SEC, certainly for American citizens, have been a real bugbearer for the crypto market for a while now with their sort of delay on regulations. They are essentially holding the crypto market and very damaging to the crypto market. And I think ultimately are going to damage the United States economy as a wider result of that. I think they are picking winners. I think what we see happening with XRP is sort of price movement is directly linked to the SEC suing Ripple for the unregistered securities of around about 1.3 billion. I think ultimately this is very damaging for the crypto market. But anyway, let's go on with what Scott Minerd said.
It's a little more challenging with the current price closer to 20,000. Amazing, over a very short period of time, how big of a run-up we've had. But having said that, our fundamental work shows that Bitcoin should be worth about $400,000.
Well,
there we go. And you can hear her reaction just quickly at the end there. I don't want to play too much of that. She kind of went, whoa. She was sort of dumbfounded by him coming out with such an outlandish prediction. Now, guys, I want to go into a little bit of whether I think this is possible or not. Bitcoin, like I say, we took a bit of a dip from 28k. However, sort of, I do believe I've made a price prediction of Bitcoin reaching 100,000 US dollars, which doesn't seem that amazing now, but I've been sort of banging on about that since we were sort of down in the 14,000 range, and I've ultimately believed that for a hell of a long time based on the 4-year Bitcoin cycle theory. 2021 is going to be a huge year for cryptos as a whole, and I believe Bitcoin is 100% going to, it was 5x at the time from 20,000 when I made the video, reach $100,000 US. So essentially in the last bull run we saw a 20x. I think this one we'll see a 5x. The one previous that happened in 2013 we saw a 100x. I think they sort of get whittled down, and because the sort of volume of money that's needed to move the price becomes, in terms of market cap, becomes significantly larger. I think we see a sort of holdback. However, this bull run could be completely different. So I do not think his £400,000 price prediction is too sort of out there. I think it could indeed happen. But if Bitcoin was to hit $400,000, we will quickly work out the market cap. So today there are around about, sorry, let's do this the other way. So 400,000 times, there are currently 18,582,693. Bitcoin in existence. That would give you a total market cap of 7,433,000,000. Billion. 77,200,000. It's just crazy numbers. It would give you 7.5 trillion as a total market cap for Bitcoin alone. Now, I do believe the overall crypto market is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar asset, and I do believe Bitcoin is as well. However, how long it takes us to get to this, I don't know. I think it's more than achievable. I think 100,000 is certainly on the cards in the next year. However, I think this figure is going to take us a little longer to get to. Remember, guys, gold's market cap is roughly 10 trillion. So we'd be very fast approaching gold's market cap. And yeah, so I hope that you guys have found this video useful. I hope that it may have, sort of provoked some thoughts from you guys. Let me know in the comments whether you think a $400,000 Bitcoin is achievable or not. I personally do believe it's achievable. However, I don't think it's in the next sort of year or two. I think it's sort of maybe in a 5-year period. However, I could be massively wrong. Bitcoin has shocked people time and time again, guys. and could continue to do so. We could totally throw the 4-year cycle theory sort of out the window and go for a multi-sort-of-year parabolic stage or bull run. Certainly with the sort of money that they're printing at the moment and the sort of madness that's going on around the world, I think anything is possible, guys, and it's definitely worth remembering that. So thank you very much, Scott Minard, for the price prediction. And guys, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like, comment, let me know exactly what you thought, and subscribe for more videos, guys. Thanks a lot. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.